What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. Hope everybody's having a fabulous Sunday. We are going to be taking a look at Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, and why I believe we're going to be seeing a big breakout soon. We're going to take a look at both the bearish and the bullish case scenario and see what we might be looking at. Don't forget, we have a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. It's an awesome community. If you love crypto, you'll absolutely love the community. So definitely don't forget to check that out. Also, there's some affiliate links down there, guys, that really help the channel out and keep this content free. Let's get into the video and see what's going on. Alright guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody who's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, it's still a speculative market. Don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you're new here, or you haven't already, hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side of the screen. I do daily updates every single day, so you don't miss out on anything. Hit the notification bell and click all after you hit the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Don't forget to smash the likes, guys, and leave your comments. It really helps the channel out, and I appreciate it. All right, looking at Bitcoin on the weekly, we have this bull flag here that I am still looking at as a bull flag, as we have not opened and closed a weekly candle under it. We haven't even closed a weekly candle under it since we broke out of it. The measured move of that, just measuring it as a channel, would be around the 13,300. We've talked about it a lot on this channel. I do believe there's still a possibility we can see new all-time highs this year if we make a move within the next week. So let's zoom in a little bit, look at the EMAs. As you can see, we're getting resistance at the 13 right now, but we're getting resistance at the 8, 13, and 21. The 55's down here around the 8,000 range, and like I've been talking about, there could be a possibility to going back down here. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then we have the 200 EMA down here around the $4,800 to $5,000 region. I know people are talking about going there, but I just think that's highly unlikely. Again, I could be wrong. This is only my view or my opinion, but I don't see us going that low. I would expect the $8,000 range here to hold. Now let's look at, if we look at this whole thing, the volume is still declining here. We did have this breakout here, and keep in mind that that's what Bitcoin can do. You know, we did a, what was that? Let me get in my measurement tools. Actually, what is going on? There we go. Yeah, if we just look at that move right there, that was 44% in one day. So keep in mind, guys, this is Bitcoin. That's why I do believe we could still see new all-time highs this year. I know people are talking about, you know, that it can't have new all-time highs because of happening because it never happened before. We've only had 2 happenings, guys. So yeah, I don't go by that. All right, looking at this as a falling wedge in the blue. We came up today, tested the top again around the almost $8,600 range, guys. If we do break this $8,600 range with conviction, I think we're gonna have a nice move up, and that's gonna be the breakout up. But keep in mind, we still have more room to go down, and ultimately this could break down and go lower. Even though I am still bullish here and holding bullish. But some of the bearish signs are the EMAs crossing back. The 8 just crossed under the 200 EMA a couple days ago. 13's heading that way now. Like I said, there's no reason to be super bearish yet. And the volume is still declining here. So I do believe we are in this move here, and this breakout. Most of the time, guys, a falling wedge breaks up. I do believe that is what's going to happen for us here. Let's look at the RSI. The RSI have this falling channel here, which we broke out of. And it looks like we're coming back down to test this for support. Now, looking at that in the price action, That could be what gets us down to the $8,200 to the $8,000 range. So that's why I believe it's possible that we continue down a little bit more. That could be a swift move down, wick up, and off to the races. Towards the end of the day today, I would expect that. Like I said, CME futures open at 6 p.m. Eastern time. If you watched the live stream yesterday, we were talking about this falling wedge, which we broke out of, guys. Pretty damn bullish. Keep in mind, I want to look, like I said, I'd look at the bearish case scenario too. Even though we've broken out of this falling wedge, move that down a little bit. If we clone this line on the bottom, bring it up to the top, then we are just touching that. So that could be a falling channel, and we could be coming down to get one more touch on the bottom of this bigger rising broadening wedge here. As you can see, I got the trend line here. We could be coming back down for one more touch here. Like I said, it's kind of, everything's in limbo right now. Even though, like I said, medium and long term, I'm still pretty damn bullish, guys. But like I said, we popped out of this wedge, came up. We're getting resistance on this if we look at this as a falling channel here. Could come back down to test this before continuing up, or all the way down to test this bottom. Let me look at these 2 wicks here. I know that looks confusing, guys, but yeah, that might be all we do is come back down, test this, and continue up from there. But again, we'll keep an eye on that. As you guys know, I love my RSI. It gives us clues to what's going on in the market. All right, let's go into the 4 hour, and we'll look at our price targets here. Guys, if we're able to break, well, let's take a look at the EMAs, and then I'm going to get them out of the way to clean up the chart. But all the EMAs have crossed the 200 EMA on the 4 hour, guys, which, yes, I know that's bearish. But like I said, we all know what Bitcoin can do, just like what it did over here. They had all crossed over here and turned them right around. I believe we could be looking at the same thing here, and we could be getting a huge move today or tomorrow after CME closing. You know, the next daily candle could be a quick drop today and then shoot up from there. We'll have to wait and see, but like I said, I really am feeling pretty damn bullish here. And another thing, here's the top of that big bull flag. We've been staying above that. Even in the 4 hour, we've not been closing below it. So that's a good sign, guys. If we haven't broke down, I'd say if we broke down and opened and closed a 4 hour under this yellow line here, which is the big bull flag, then I would be, you know, looking more bearish. That's not to say we can't come down, wick down, and continue back up. All right, I do want to look at this now, and I'm going to throw the fibs on there. Like I said, let me get these EMAs out of the way, and then we're going to take a look at Litecoin and Ethereum. And guys, remember, if you're trading, if you're trading in this market, I do have a Bybit link down below where you get a $60 disc or a $60 bonus if you use my link signing up. But keep in mind, guys, leverage trading is extremely dangerous. If you don't know what you're doing, I don't suggest doing it. But if you want to learn to trade, I mean, everybody starts somewhere. I do have a Bybit link down there. You get a $60 sign up bonus, and I'll leave a tutorial up top, a quick tutorial on kind of how to use it. And I also have a Prime XBT link down there, guys, that has a 35% bonus for signing up. So whatever you deposit, they put down, or they put in 35% into your trading account. So anyways, all right, let's throw the fibs on here now and kind of take a look at this. I also have this line drawn in from these wicks, and that leads me to believe we can get down to this $8,200 range. Now let's look at the fibs. We're going to throw the Fibonacci retracement on here and kind of look at where we're at with that. All right, so right now we've been bouncing around in this golden pocket zone between 0.65 and 0.618. And we talked about it yesterday. If we could get above this 85.30 and get support, it would be a good sign that we'd be moving up from here. But as you can see, we just dropped below it. We tried to get up there. I still think it's possible. Let me zoom in a little bit and show you what I think might happen here. And again, we're on the 4 hours. So, you know, we could play in this area today, and then when CME opens, cruise up, or come down, quick wick, and then up. But either way, I think we're gonna get a nice move up here, guys. As bearish as everybody's getting, I think there's a good chance we could be having a huge move up. And yeah, like I said, if we look down here, the worst case scenario is this $8,000 range, guys, and that's the 0.786. If we drop below that, then I would start to get worried. But unless we drop below 8,000, I have nothing to worry about here. And that's really where I'm at with that. And if we look at the measured moves for the breakout, if we measure just the wedge and say we broke out in this range, that'd be around the $10,000 200 range. If we look at this whole thing as a flagpole and a giant bull flag, our measured move off that is 11.6. It's actually a little bit lower now. Bring that down. Between 11.5 and 11.6. But remember, we have this resistance here. That was old resistance back here. Pretty strong. We couldn't get above it before we come down. That's around the 10.9. So if we do get up and surpass this 10.2, I see heavy resistance at 10.9. If we go above that, guys, chances are, you know, we're going to go much higher. Let's get into Litecoin now. Litecoin on the daily. If you guys have been watching the channel, keep in mind, my wife's webpage is up, guys. There's another way to help support the channel. anchorimage.com. She sells t-shirts, koozies, mugs, aluminum signs, all kinds of other stuff. She can put anything you want on there, any crypto, any saying, family pictures, whatnot. Great Christmas gifts, guys. Check it out. Like I said, it's a good way to support the channel. Although you can freely support the channel just by clicking that thumbs up and leaving your comments on the video below. So let's look at this as a falling wedge on Litecoin, which we have already broken out of. And the measured move off that being $114 area. Now also, I want to look at the EMAs here. Same thing with these EMAs. They're looking kind of bearish, guys, but Litecoin could turn around just like Bitcoin. You've seen it over here. I do believe we're most likely going to come up to at least test the top of this. Going to be in the $67, $68 range. But our measured moves, if we did break up out of this, is going to be around the $77, $78 range, which also lines up with my trend line off of these wicks over here. Would be resistance up here. I also have a target of the 72. That's where the 200 EMA is on the daily. I would think that we would get some resistance there. Maybe come back down, test the top of this channel, and continue up from there. That's if we break up from here, guys. The measured move of the breakdown from here is around the $46 range, which is a possibility also. We got to keep in mind with the bearish case. So in here, I guess you could, if you're trading, maybe trade this range, but I definitely would be trading the breakout here. If I was trading Litecoin, I don't trade Litecoin. I just hold Litecoin. I also hold Bitcoin, but I trade Bitcoin also. I definitely have a hold stash, and I have a small stash that I trade with. So let's go into the RSI. And what we've been looking at here, we had this trend line drawn on the bottom. Actually, first off, we had a long-term rising channel here that we broke out of and broke down into a falling channel. It's like we had like a bull trap here. But if you look at the white lines I have in here, I have a rising broadening wedge. And the more I look at this, the more this could also be something like this, guys. Could be a rising wedge going this way. We're coming down to get one more touchdown at the bottom would be the bearish case scenario on Litecoin. But I did have this drawn in here. Let me draw this back in here. And looking at this right here as a rising broadening wedge that we did break. And I had said we would go down if we had closed the daily out of this the other day, which we did. And now the question is, do we come back up and retest this before continuing down, or do we actually break up out of this falling channel and continue up? That's what we're gonna be looking at. Let's look at the 4 hour. So in the 4 hour, I have this falling channel drawn in here. We had 2 touches of support here, now 2 touches of resistance. We are breaking through this, guys. That's pretty bullish. I could move this line down though, to these 2 touches here, which we broke up once before and came back down in it. I'd be curious to see if we close the 4 hour outside of here. I think that's going to be bullish, and we may not even have a big move down. So yeah, it's like I said, there's a lot of mixed signals here, guys. And if we look here, the EMAs, the 55 EMA on the 4 hours gave us resistance. We got above the 200. If we zoom in, the 200 is actually acting as support now, but the thing I don't like on the 4 hour is the gap we've placed here. So keep that in mind. We could be, coming down to close that gap before this candle close. And as of making this video, we have about an hour left on it. So it could come back down here. I would rather see it come back down here, close down here, and then next candle, shoot up. But our EMAs are curving up here, which is a good sign. Like I said, that along with popping out of this falling channel are pretty good signs, in my opinion. That looks bullish to me, guys. But anyways, yeah, let me get rid of, well, I guess that's about it. I do believe we're most likely headed back up to at least test the top of this channel here, guys. That's where I'm at with Litecoin. And on to Ethereum. All right, so Ethereum is getting interesting. This is Ethereum on the daily. And we have these targets here. This triangle, you can see here, symmetrical triangle, which we broke down out of. The measured move, of the break up from that would have been around the 215 range. We did break down, and if that's what that formation was, then we're looking at 157 for the target. But I do want to show you guys, we are trying to get back in the triangle here. So maybe that's not what the formation was. Could it, could we move this trend line and it be something like this, a bigger one? Time will tell, but as of right now, I'm going to leave it right where I had it. And if we throw the fibs on here, guys, there is our points of support. This one being at the 76.19 or 176.19, which is a 0.5, and our 0.618 is at 170.74, 0.786, 162.78. This, like I said, if Bitcoin and Litecoin remain bullish, obviously Ethereum is going to do the same. Let's look at the 4 hour or the EMA. The EMA, I had this descending triangle drawn in here, which we broke down out of. Now we seem to be trying to get back in. Let me try something else here. If we clone this line, is this? No, this doesn't match up. Yeah, descending channel there, but if we get back above this line on the daily and close the daily above it, guys, that's going to be really bullish. Let's go to the 4 hour, see if that's telling us anything. All right, the 4 hour, we've been looking at this falling channel, and this one doesn't really line up as good as I like them to, but it does seem to line up pretty well. And it does look like we could be having another move up, test the top of this channel. If we do, and if we break out of that, that's going to be bullish, guys. Let's look at that in the price action. And in the price action, you can see the EMAs are all flipping upwards. The 200 EMA is running across here, and it looks like the 8, the 21, and the 13 are looking to cross up. If that does, that's going to be pretty bullish, and then we'll be looking at coming up to try to cross the 55 EMA. But we need to get a close. Let me get this out of the way. That was our target from yesterday. We need to get a close above this trend line around 185. I'd say around 185 on the 4 hour to be back up in here safely and make this support. So be looking for that. But yeah, like I said, if we look at the RSI, it looks like we want to come up for one more touch up here. And if we are able to break up out of that, that will be bullish. But yeah, that's about it for today, guys. Like I said, everything's in kind of limbo right now. Appreciate you guys stopping by and watching. I'm gonna do a live stream later tonight. I'm working on some new stuff for the live stream feed, so might be interesting if I can get it done. But definitely make sure your notification bells tick to get notified when I do that later. Also, click the CryptoSavy logo above my head if you're not subscribed already, and get yourself subscribed. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash the likes, leave your comments. Thanks, guys, and I'm out.